Laurie Van Lester will next present the beauty, the power, and the magic that is the 2018 Thinkerer Award for outstanding service across this metaverse.
Thank you again, Pookie. In 2014, the Virtual World's Best Practices in Education Organizational Committee instituted a new Personal Achievement Award to recognize an individual who has provided outstanding service to both the field of education and the virtual world community at large. Past recipients include Cynthia Calone, Arlir Lobo, Andrew Wheelock, Spiff Whitfield, Alice Krieger, our gentle heron, and of course the award namesake Selby Evans, our very own thinkerer. These four were everywhere the past 3 days, generously sharing and supporting. Indeed, collaboration could be the thinkerer motto. Be sure to take some time and explore their exhibits. And right now, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. The Thinkerer Award is presented to an individual whose deeds and actions have shown a consistent, selfless service towards the promotion of learning, community, and educational practices, and who exemplifies the spirit of cooperative development within immersive environments. Recipients of this Lifetime Achievement Award are not simply outstanding professionals in their field. They characterize transformational leadership, qualities which include and envision and guide change, enhance the motivation, morale, and performance of others, promote the best practices and continuation improvement, and improve through their words and actions. They inspire through their words and actions. One such individual is our Val Hill, Librarian Greg.
Yay! Applause, applause!
Come on up and take your spot, Val. I have some wonderful things to say about you first. Dr. Valerie Hill, Valibrarian in Virtual Worlds, is the director of the Community Virtual Library in Second Life and in Kitely. Dr. Hill served as a school librarian for 20 years and has taught literature and information science at all grade levels, from kindergarten through college. As a national writing trainer, Dr. Hill specializes in connecting literature to writing. Her research focus creates an intersection of information literacy and libraries with virtual worlds and digital culture. Valibrarian believes that digital citizenship is essential to learning in today's meta-modern post-Gutenberg era. Virtual worlds provide persistent spaces to help learners navigate learning landscapes in all physical, virtual, or augmented. A passion for literacy and learning has led Val to champion virtual worlds through connecting educators, learners, and learning communities in virtual worlds. Val was presented the Librarian of the Year for Louisville ISD in 2010 and Texas Computer Education Association Librarian of the Year finalist in 2007. Val Librarian and her community virtual library colleagues in Second Life, Kitely, and the web-based Cyber Lounge strive to share best practices of education in virtual worlds. Through sharing both the highest quality immersive simulations and educational virtual communities of interest, learning opportunities is not found in physical classrooms or online platforms. These can be accessed for critical thinking and collaborative learning. It is for all these reasons and more, the VWBPE Organizational Committee proudly confirms Valerie Hill, our Val Librarian, as the VWBPE 2018 Thinkerer Award recipient. Congratulations, Val.
Thank you so much, everyone. I am honored and humbled to receive the 2018 Thinkerer Award. Why a virtual world librarian, you may ask, and you may be wondering. Well, about 12 years ago, I was standing in my school library And I vividly remember feeling this sensation of the floor shaking beneath my feet. It was not the physical floor. It was the concept of the library shaking. All the talk of mobile devices and apps. It was what I heard every single day walking down the halls of my campus. And as I walked along the stacks of shelved books in my school library, I said to myself, this place may not be here in the future. Libraries are changing. The whole world is changing with the technological revolution. And change it did. Everyone now carries mobile devices, carries a library in their pockets. So I began exploring virtual worlds. As a virtual world librarian, I entered with a clear purpose. It's in my name, education and information literacy. But I found a surprise beyond my expectations. I found colleagues from around the globe and formed real friendships with many of you, as real as any physical world friendships. The amazing talent of educators and their passion for teaching and learning kept me persevering, even though many people still do not understand the power and the potential of virtual worlds. Two things that have made the growth of virtual worlds slow are the steep learning curve we hear about time after time, and the rise of smartphones, mobile devices, and tablets, which give learners instant access. But they also bring quick, disposable apps as we scroll through social media. Virtual worlds give us persistent environments that allow for critical thinking, deep learning. They're sustained over time. They provide a sense of presence beyond a chat room or a social media stream. Virtual worlds allow communities to share and collaborate in simulations for any subject area, math, science, history, art, you name it. And virtual worlds allow us to experience things we just cannot do in the physical world, like enter space, res a million cubes, wander through them, go back to a place in time in history. We don't just read the book. We can enter the book and be a part of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, for example. The work of many educators and librarians has inspired me and validated the time spent researching and working in virtual worlds. We each contribute unique talents in various subject areas, but it takes collaboration to make virtual worlds real learning spaces. For example, our virtual world database at the Community Virtual Library takes the efforts of many to curate landmarks and communities for learning. Some of the CVL volunteers continue to make virtual worlds dynamic space by putting in hours of time creating aesthetically pleasing spaces. I'm really proud of my Community Virtual Library colleagues who presented at this conference, the VWBPE 2018 conference, on topics, critical topics like digital literacy and the virtual world database. Connecting these learning communities and helping learners navigate them, that's the role of a virtual world librarian. So here we are at the VWBPE conference of 2018, and we look toward the future. How will virtual worlds evolve? What about virtual reality and the promise of headsets that take us on amazing journeys? Well, I have had the chance to try the HTC Vive, the Samsung Gear, the Oculus Rift for numerous VR simulations, and currently those are not quite ready for use in education for really young students. Research hasn't been done on how VR impacts young people and developing brains. I can certainly swim with dolphins, how beautiful, and I can slay zombies with a headset. But there's little or no interaction with communities for learning in VR at this moment in history. That may change, but right now, virtual worlds give the building tools to everyone, not just developers using complicated programs like Unity or Unreal Engine. Certainly VR holds promise and potential for specific purposes, but virtual worlds at this moment in time hold much more potential for education, classrooms, and libraries. My 5th grade library students built a digital citizenship museum in Minecraft, and they showed me they're ready. They're ready to embrace the responsibilities of digital citizenship. Designing virtual world environments for education is challenging, but it's worth the effort. And advantages include the cost effectiveness. Think of this conference. It was free, amazing, and it could have cost thousands of dollars to attend with travel expenses. We have access to experts in all subject areas on a global scale, and we can meet them live. Unlike a webinar, which is not really a meeting space, although it can be a great learning tool. However virtual worlds evolve, our efforts toward the best practices for education have documented the changing times we live in. And as a librarian, I'm in awe of how lucky I was to be right there at the crossroads. I felt the library shake beneath my feet, and I witnessed the close of the Gutenberg parenthesis. That phrase was coined by Thomas Pettit as he talked about the end of this 500-year period when print was king of the information hierarchy, 15th century through the 20th century. Thank you all for being a part of my global professional learning network, and thank you for this amazing honor of the Thinkerer Award 2018.